All right. Mabuhay, bitches. Mabuhay. How's everybody doing? Or as Biggie would say, howdy, folks. Freaking every time I hear that shit, I think about a guy fucking a cowboy with a fucking nice hat walking down saying, howdy, folks. I don't know. Every time I see every time I see freaking I hear him say that shit. Uh it's howdy, folks. Go, Bobo sister. I bet he feels left out. Oh, Jesus. He's always welcome. Wow, Nico doesn't have a heart. Uh, well, Nico does have a heart to change the time. Stank who will not be late. Oh, I listen. You have to change the time sometimes. Unfortunately, I do get phone calls from the family. Give me 1 second. I gotta pick this up. Una, dos, tres. The biggest it would fall right now. Right out of every time it could have fallen, all the pieces fall on the floor, and I have to pick it up because not I'll step on it. Okay. So I want to say, first and foremost, I hope everybody's having a great freaking day. Today's Friday on my time, March 6th at 9:05. I should have started at 9, but again, I just got caught in the moment, and that's just how it is. Um, what else? Great show. Biggie did a great show. I was there. Uh, and I got to tell you something. Uh, it's something that, you know, it's something that just woke, uh, just woke up. I guess it's how it's said. You know what I mean? Um, Let me see the kind of okay. So Biggie was talking about with Don C. Maria, how are you? It's Friday, brother. Yeah. It's Friday, bitches. Tim, how are you? God bless Tim. Thank you for coming in. And Biggie was talking. Well, Don C was talking about AI. Now, the reason it hit real close is because me and Biggie were talking about this a couple of years ago. Okay, but we'll just leave it there because I wanted to say I was invited to a birthday tomorrow and an engagement on Sunday. Uh, those that know, the birthdays here are I am not going to birthdays at night, and I will not be going to engagements at night because it turns into a drinking show. Now, I'm not saying that it's anything wrong with drinking. I'm just saying that I want to enjoy. I don't want to be constantly everywhere we go. There's always a reason for everybody to be like, "Here's a bottle." If I want a bottle, I'll buy it. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm saying is that's what I want. So tomorrow I'll make it a short day, and then Sunday will be I think it's from 11 to 7. So I was invited to two. The lonely people don't ever get invited anywhere. They're always inviting themselves into everybody else's lives, so they could keep living through what we do. Um, so yeah, tomorrow's a birthday, and I got a little gift. I got a little gift. I ended up getting a little bicycle. Yes, it is used. Yes, it is used because I don't want to give something new because they're learning how to ride a bike, and it's a tricycle, and I got it for 750 pesos. It's nice. I cleaned it up real nice. Maria and me cleaned it up before she left to Cebu. She'll be back tonight or tomorrow. And it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice little gift. The little girl does not, hey, you got Big E in the house. Woo! Hey, Laura, how does Maria call you? Woa Lee, Woa Lee, Woa Lee. Um, so yeah, birthday and an engagement. You never know. I might find no, listen. I'm glad that they invited me. Now, people are going to say, and again, people are going to say, why did you even say that? Because it's true. It's the reality of it. So I always like to talk about it. People are going to say, well, the only reason they're inviting you, it doesn't matter what reason, whether they think I'm a fucking bank, whether they think I was invited. When was the last time anybody that really criticizes anybody have been invited to even go down the street and hang out? See what I'm saying? So I was invited because they get along with me. I've known them for years. I've known these people for years. These are not people that I meet down the street and say, hey, can we hang out? I'm lonely. That's not how it works. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually getting all my stuff charged up. Um, I might extend here another 30 days. I'm not sure. Well, I'll talk it over with the ladies, Maria and all the other ladies, and see what's up. See what's going on. If not, we'll pick a different place. But This place is a good location. I like it here. It's peaceful, man. It's mentally fucking not draining. It's peaceful. Uh, it's got the hot water. Again, the hot water, the great fucking fiber fucking internet. It's got electricity. I mean, it's just nice. It's located. I barely use the fucking aircon. I actually just use the fan, and that's it. I open the windows, and it's in a good location through the mountains. It comes in, and the air comes in. Sometimes can get hot. It depends which way the sun comes in, but you're the one who pay the bills. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Maria. Well, technically, I don't pay the bills, Maria. You pay the bills because you are the fucking Filipina that handles my fucking finances. So you pay the fucking bill. I don't want no interactions. You know what I mean? You take care of that shit. I don't want people touching me. I'm too fucking cool. I'm too fucking rich. And I'm too fucking old to be dealing with fucking anybody. I get invited to all the time. Rarely do I go. I don't like the noise. Well, Tim, I totally understand. I really do. I have a lot of things with noises and fireworks and stuff and people. The only reason I'm going is because it's early. It's definitely early. I mean, it's not early like 6 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock, kind of shift, but it is early, and I can pick up and go. I'm not going to stay. I always stay a couple hours and I'm gone. I make sure that the gift is there, and I don't care if they show it to her. I don't care anything. I just go have a little time. I get there before everybody. You know how Filipinos are. It's all Filipino time. So uh, I get there when freaking when everybody's not there. I get there when everybody's not there. That way, I can enjoy and then I can pick up and go. So let me touch base on something that happened on Big E's show. All right, Big E was talking to Don C. Well, technically, Don C and Big E were all talking. They were all talking, and Don C mentioned, which I knew that's what he did, but I didn't know to what extent Don C's work is. Okay, and Don C gave me a good idea because I mentioned this shit. A couple of years ago with Big E, he's like, "Hey, you should come down here. You should fly in. When you fly in, we meet up with Don C. Uh, he's a great guy. You got to really come, check, come and meet him. You might like him, you might not. That's fine." So I turned around and I said, "You know what? That's what I do, Tim. I stay about an hour, maybe two, maybe two. Once I see everybody piling in, I say, yo, I gotta go. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, no, and I try to eat, not to offend or anything. Really quick, I try to eat and do the things, whoo, hey, check it out, woo, and then I gotta go. Uh, and of course, if there's a father, I always do the father or the mother, mainly the father because he's the head of household. I bring him a bottle of fundador or something, something nice, or tanduay, something nice, man, that they can have, and they're like, thank you, sir, thank you, and that's it. I'm gone. Um, so we were talking about it, and I told Biggie we were fucking around, fighting around and talking about AI. And Biggie goes, "Well, it depends. You got to understand AI is not like this, AI is not like that." And I said, "Oh, okay." So that's what she says. No, she stays till everybody freaking leaves. I want to fucking leave, Tim. She's a fucking liar, and I mean that respectively. Well, not respectively. She's a fucking liar. She always wants to fucking stay, Tim. She always was like, "Hey, let's stay. It's Nico. Let's just stay a little longer." She's the one that fucking stays, man. Um. So then I turned around and I told Biggie, I don't know, no, it's not me, whatever, whatever I said a bunch of things, but we didn't, I didn't think it was going to go blow up like this. Now, I'm not saying that Big E said this. I'm saying I think me and Big E were in conversation about how and what direction this was going to go. I might have misunderstood, which that's usually how I am. When it comes to something this really serious, like this big turnaround. But when Don C said it's never too late to get started. That wasn't what got me. He said, dude, I'm telling you, you can do it. That's what he said to me because I had spoken to Don C a couple of years ago. And this is what I was going to tell Big E on his show, but I said, let me wait to say it here. Big E, I have a lot of programs through Service Connections, through the VA, that pays for, I swear, I think, and this is a high number, Don't quote me on it. It could be 60%, but not from what I've heard. It covers 100% of any VA affiliated courses, which means if it's AI, I have to find AI courses. Like you said, like Don C had told me the name of a course. I have to see if the VA accepts that. They pay for everything. They pay for books, anything, dude. I just got to make it happen. Now, the reason I want to do this is another thing that I noticed. This was 2 years ago. I said this on the show before last. Okay. You can either be three kind of people on social media. You can either be the person watching, the person criticizing, and living through everybody else's eyes and adventures, okay? Or the third person, the person of action. You can use the social media to your advantage and say, you know what? It's an olive branch. What I notice a lot is now, 2 years later, me and Big E are having this discussion. Vocab rehab. I think, you know what? I will tell you. It is a voc it's a voc rehab. That's exactly what it is. I apologize. Voc rehab. That is exactly what it is. And they pay a lot. I noticed 2 years ago we talked about this, and look where we are 2 years later. This is how all these guys, the ones that are trolling you, the ones that are in here, the ones that are talking about you, this is how they all started. But they didn't make a turnaround. They found it more fulfilling to live through others and be miserable amongst themselves. Because if you notice, most of the people that are talking are all in cahoots with each other. They all sit down and they talk, and none of them are happy. They're supposedly so retired and rich, but they're always in your business. And it's a two-way street. You can either be that person to just say no. And this is why I'm leaning away from it. Now, do I comment here and there? Yeah. And why not? You know what I mean? Um, I am going to make it happen. Now, how far I'm going to go, I don't know. I know that feeling, Tim. I also bored because I'm not a party person. Let me tell you something. Tim, she's right. She's not a party person. She doesn't like to party, but the party has food. She'll party with the food. She don't need no company. She just needs a fork, a spoon, and a fucking plate, or a table, or a banana leaf on the fucking table. That's all she needs. But back to that subject, I don't know where, but then I heard Big E say something that many of these guys will never talk about, because most of them they don't even have family. And the ones that they have belong to somebody else. Like they don't have family. They're just a part of an extended, something borrowed. He said, this is why I try to teach my children, especially my oldest daughter, the tools. This is exactly why I want to learn, because I'm very close to my granddaughters. I was actually chatting with her while I was on Biggie's show. I had my second uh, phone with me, and I was talking to my granddaughter. And when he said that, I said, you know what? That's what I want to do. I want to learn something so I can teach it, possibly to my children if they're not too old to want to learn, which most of them usually think. Now, this generation, they're too old to learn anything that may make things easier. Or I could be the person to teach my grandchildren, which right now I'm not spending a lot of time with them. Um, but that's what I want. I want to learn more and take the opportunities that have been given to me, being service connected, in order to be able to study and educate myself better, so that way I can teach my kids better or my grandkids better. But there's nothing wrong with making a living in the process. So I want to say thank you to Big E, and I want to say thank you to Tim, because Tim, I will tell you why I'm thanking Tim in a second, and I want to thank Don C, and I'll tell you why. Because as much as people think they know you, they don't know you. They only know the little bits and pieces that you feed them. And the reason I'm thanking Tim as well is because Tim made a comment, and I know how he meant it, but it's how I first perceived it. Okay. Tim made a comment, and Tim, we are more proud of the things we earn, not the things that have been given. Now, I'm not saying that we're not grateful and we don't appreciate it. I'm saying we are humbled and are blessed and appreciate more from the things that are earned, not given. And what I mean by that is talking to you made me realize that I don't want to be that person. I want to continue to grow. And sitting here on social media is not a bad thing. I'll do my videos and talk, and you just got to be mindful and careful of the things um that you really are going to head towards. Like, I have said things many years ago that are probably people will come back and say, look at 2 years ago, look what Nico said 1 year ago. I honestly don't care what people come up with. The thing that I look at is, what did I say that I improved, that I actually meant in social media years ago, that I have improved now. And I have improved on everything. And me, I am very grateful for everything, Tim. Because, and I'll tell you, and I'm going to tell you what happened. Now, yesterday, I got a phone call, and my buddy's like, "Hey, did you hear about Kevin?" And I said, "Not Kevin Bull, Kevin. I have a cousin that's Kevin." And I said, "No, what happened?" He goes, "Hey, listen, man, I think you should reach out to the family." I said, "Well, did something happen to Kevin?" So Kevin's best friend, 28, 29 years old, 30 years, I think, give or take, ended up getting sick. Let's just say sick. And I messaged Kevin. I didn't call him. I messaged him and said, "Hey, how's it going?" He goes, primo, hey, cuz, how you doing? Man, my best friend just got sick, bro. And I mean, I'm just having a melt. This kid, he's a manager at 3 dealerships. Like, he runs 3 dealerships as a manager of sales. And I had never heard him like talk like that. Like, in a message, messages sound different. And I turned around and I said, "Are you doing all right?" He goes, "It's something that he said. We're talking," and he goes, "It's just the way he says things. It sounds like he's gonna die." I said, "Do you think he's gonna die?" He goes, "I don't know, because he's not saying nothing." I go, "Well, time will tell." And I said, "Well, what did he say that was so, like, that makes you think that?" He says, "I shouldn't have waited so long to do the things that I wanted to do." I said, "Yo, but that guy makes money. The guy is also works in a dealership, but he works in a different position as a manager. I think he works in parts, and the other one works in like the sales part, and he works in parts." And I said, "But he's only 29. We don't know." Because I've never heard him talk like that. And of course, this doesn't mean much to the people out there that are always wishing the worst on people, and that's including me. But I say things just to irritate people, to get under their skin. I don't really wish death only, but maybe on 2 people. I sound like a hypocrite right now, but yeah, maybe on 2 people, because they deserve it. Slouches like that don't deserve to even be here, but they are, and we gotta either accept them and move on, or let them infect us just like they're infected. But my point is that it during this conversation that we were having with Don C and Tim and everybody in the chat and everything, it just opened my eyes to so much fucking shit. It really, really did. And I want to be more. I want to be more than 10 years in a fucking YouTube sitting on a couch talking about people, or sitting on YouTube condemning people, or talking about shit that most of these people don't even know nothing fucking about. They open up a Google fucking page and all of a sudden they're fucking experts. And I don't want to be like that. And I will not be like that. So I am going to reach out to Don C, and I'm going to figure out, or get the name from Big E, the name of the course, see if it's acceptable, and do they have programs through the VA? Because if they do, I don't know how far I'm going to go. What I can tell you, what I'm not going to do, is spend most of my extra fucking time on YouTube or social media. I enjoy it. I'll come in here live and talk and say, "Hey, howdy, folks. Hey, mabuhay, bitches," and have a little fun. But life to me is more important than that. It really is. And Maybe this is a revelation. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that it gave me the motivation to want to do better. You know what I mean? To do better things. And nothing wrong with, like I said, earning and living if you can a little bit. Doing what you like. And you know what? I've always loved what I used to do, but I never accepted the fact that I needed to do something different. Because unfortunately, with my handicaps, they call them, or my deficiencies per se, and medically, I cannot do what I love to do. But it doesn't mean that I can't find another passion. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to be looking towards the possibilities. But let's just say this doesn't work out. All right. It's not, it's something that I get into. It's like, it's just not me. It opened the doors like an olive branch. If this doesn't work, maybe like a nurse. I'll give you an example. My daughter, she wants to be a nurse for babies. I don't know what they're called. And she said, I'd like to do something different. Do you know how many nurses can become like a baby nurse, but still can do so much other things just because she's a nurse? Look at my buddy was an X-ray tech. He went from X-ray tech to 3D to 4D to this D to triple D. He went all over. Now he makes a fucking killing. He makes 6 digits working at a hospital, and he travels around the world training people. And he says, dude, I just wanted to be an X-ray tech because the VA paid for that. That's exactly how it starts. It starts as a thought, you see? So me, mm-mm. I can listen. You can hate me all you want. You can dislike me. You can try to get under my skin. You can hate the world about me. I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's not your perception or your picture of what you think I am or who I am doesn't matter to me. And again, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Don C. Thank you, Biggie, because you just don't realize how much time you waste on things that are so insignificant. It really. I am a victim. I am a hypocrite all in the same fucking package. Why? Because I tell you it's a waste of time, but sometimes I find it amusing. So what do? I do it as well. Do I live it every day? No. Is it different? It depends who you ask. Is it the same? It's the same. Just because I'm not embedded in it all the time doesn't mean that I'm different than them. I'm the same, just in a different caliber. So once you start accepting the fact that you're just wasting so much energy and time, you know, um, you just gotta focus your time on things that's important. I just asked them if they're okay. hmm I definitely will. And Tim, thank you for that. Thank you. You know what? Thank you. They really. You know what? I have heard this. I have never witnessed it because you know, Tim. I'm going to talk about a little thing that I usually don't talk about because since you share many things, I think uh, I've always refrained from speaking about it. It's not that I haven't spoken about it before, but one of the biggest reasons why uh, I always never went forward after I retired was being afraid of failing. I do know that in order to succeed, you have to fail like a million or 100,000 one time, or it just every person's different. But I found reasons and excuses why I didn't want to do it because of the failing part, because I was wanted to look really good, at least to the best of my ability to my children. And then I realized that they're always going to love you regardless. But I found this out later on down the years, and I never motivated myself to do anything. I get chronic headaches all the time that I take medications for. Uh, I can't see, those little things like that, those every little bit of me was little bits of pieces of me was always taken. It wasn't taken because somebody said they wish me death or they wish me to go blind. They took it in the line of service and a combination of everything. Okay. But today, for the first time, I heard something that really woke me up. Now, again, I don't know if I'm going to follow and be a degree holder in AI. I can tell you that I'm going to be fucking finding out what what the VA and the VA voc part, the vocational part, what they cover, because they even cover my daughters are going to go to college. They don't cover one of the 4 years, but if one of them wants to be a nurse, they can get financial assistance for the first year, which that's what they usually recommend. And then the last 3 years, they're freaking covered. So my kids are taking advantage of the GI Bill 100%, educating and many, yeah, and many other things in and it's 100% true. And you know what, Tim? One of the biggest things that I've always preached about, I always have, but I should have practiced what I preached, was in order to reach a goal, you have to take your first step. Or that old saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And you cannot hold yourself back. And that's what I feel like I've been doing. And this is all just watching and listening. And you know what? I'm going to thank a few other people. And this is not, this is going to sound so funny, Tim, but it really is true. I want to thank the basement boys. I want to thank all the haters. I want to thank all the envious, the jealous fucking cucks out there. And I'll tell you why. Because you all remind me, excuse me, you all remind me where I will refuse to be when I get to a certain age and where I will never be. And I can understand, I can really truly understand why you are the way you are because of the failures. But you know what? You're never too old. And it's true what Don C says. This is not a jab or a stab at people. It's funny because you're never too old to start something new. Now, will you give it 1,000,000%? That's up to you to decide. Are you too old to start a new career? How do you know if you don't even start it? But if you worry about the people in the peanut gallery always bringing you down, you're never going to succeed in anything because you're too busy worrying about what people think of you and not enough about how you think of yourself. This is why I always tell people, hey, listen, have a little fun with things. But then I realize that even having fun, look at me, I'm having fun still 2 years later. This is how most of these old cucks freaking started. I'm telling you. They started off as a joke and commenting on people's and they said, let's see how far more, how further I can get. And now they're stuck in a hole that they can't get out of. And I don't want to be that guy or that woman. I don't want to be either woman or guy. It's a sad fucking lonely life. Let me tell you, I don't give a fuck if you accept what I do, how I do things. You like what I say. You don't like what I say. I hurt your feelings. I didn't hurt your fucking feelings. Nico's a hypocrite. Nico's not a. I don't care. But what I do care about is what's important, which is outside here, real life shit out here. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I wanted to say thank you again, Tim. Biggie, I want to say thank you to, you know what? I'm going to say thank you to Maria. Because let me tell you something. Being with a Filipina, even if she's your friend, is something that is not easy. My culture is embedded in my what is it? Latin culture is embedded in the Philippine cultures, but they're very fucking different. They understand things in a different level that we'll never understand. And I don't pretend to understand it. But she has shown me a lot of patience. She has opened my eyes. We just had a big disagreement the other day. And I told her, I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset with you. This is not about who's right or wrong or who, look at what I know that you don't know. She opened my eyes, and I honestly believe what she said, and I'm going to take that with me and move forward. I think I have held myself back for so long because I just cared more about others, and it's not that I don't care about myself. I love myself, man, every fucking day, 20 times, 300 times a day. But I care. I have a big heart, and I see the potential in many people that they don't see. Sometimes they see more in me. Like I told her yesterday, she was no, not yesterday, because yesterday we had the disagreement. So on Tuesday, she was like, "You know how good looking you are," and I said, "You know, I'm getting old, kid. You know, I'm not good looking anymore." She goes, "That's not what I see," and I said, "Well, and listen to what I said." And it hit me later, but listen to what I responded with. Well, thank you for seeing in me what I rarely see in myself, because I don't ever look at myself like that. Listen to what I just said to her. Then a couple of hours later, 3 or 4, could be half the day later, I was like, oh my God. It caught on. I was like, you know, why is it that I'm always so helpful and caring for others and go head over heels with others? And I don't ever give myself. And she always says that. She goes, "You're always giving to everyone. But when you buy yourself something or you talk about yourself, you never talk to yourself about yourself at an even level." And I said, "That's not just who I am. You know, I'm not like that." So from that to the disagreement we had yesterday, sometimes we have to see what's there. A lot of these guys are so embedded in everybody else's lives, they don't even see how shitty their own fucking life is. I'm telling you, I see it all fucking. No, well, let me just no. I don't see it all fucking day, because I don't really like last night. I was spent an hour washing the motor, doing laundry, another hour doing laundry and putting things up, cleaning, sweeping, doing. I guess here there's malata and dealing malata, which is recycling. I did the trash. I separated the fucking trash. I think I did an all right job. We'll see tomorrow when she comes, because she's gonna look through the trash. She has to look through it, because if I do it fucked up, which I don't think I did, I got yelled at enough. She has to put it out there, and then all the laundry's unfolded. Um, I mean, to the best of my ability, I think I did everything, and I keep myself busy. And of course, I talk to my grandchildren every other fucking day. My mother every fucking day. Uh, I've been looking online trying to find um, a schooling, and today, oh Lord and behold, fucking Don C's talking about something that I can do. Let me see. Instead of being a bottom feeder buzzard, others can see the good. You know, I'm going to tell you, Tim. The thing is that I was always happy, and I still am. You know, we guys like me and you, and guys like because you know what I'm talking about. Guys like me and you, and the people that are humble, they know we appreciate things, but we never look at ourselves any higher than the level that we're in. It's not because we don't want to reach for higher. It's because we're good. We've come. We've had a long. You've had a lot longer years than me, of course. Um, but we don't give ourselves such dues, you know. It's not about buying the criminal. Like if I'll give you an example. If I want to drink Tanduay, I don't have to drink Hennessy to prove a point. You know, I don't have to be. Tanduay is enough for me. But people, they see us as like, yo, I can see you drinking Don Perignon all fucking day. And remember, this is just using this as an example. But we don't. It's not that we don't care to see it. We see it in others, and we don't take the time to step back and see it and give it to ourselves. You know, sometimes you can't see the forest because of all the trees. Tim, and even at my age, 50 years old, I realized that. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Biggie said something to me, but Biggie said it in a different way. But it's very impacting either way. He says, I like to see the Nico that's out there having fun. I don't know why all these people, they call themselves your friend, are always pulling the reins and trying to hold you back from fucking flying and being you. And Biggie said that, but I know why he said that. But now that I'm hearing me saying it, I never looked at it that way. People's intentions from good people just want to keep you out of harm's way. My energy level is very different than other people. I can definitely getting myself in some serious fucking trouble because I just don't know how to pull back. Like somebody made a comment on about Ricky on Big E's show and said Big E's out there now. Listen, I may not like a lot of people in what they do and how they do things, but when I heard that, my comment was Ricky finally found what makes him happy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. I don't wish, like I said, on maybe one or two people, and I'm not going to tell you that it's a good thing. It's really ignorant of me to say it, but I wish the best on most 99% of the people. And Ricky's no different. You know, I think he should go out there and live his life and be great. Let's just say that he involved me in a fucking mess. All of these guys just keep involving me. That's their misfortune because it's not going to affect me or phase me in any way. I really do wish the best for everybody, but uh, I got to tell you, man, today I'm going to be looking online. I'm going to reach out to Big E and he's going to reach out to Don C and I'm going to get the link. And if Big E hears this message or he's on the live later on, send me a link on our communication link, Big E, if you can, or the name of the thing. I am actually going to look into it and I'm going to move forward. And I'm still going to have fun. I'm still going to fuck around and have fun. Using the reins can slow a horse down or make it go fast. It just depends on how they are used. You know, Tim, I agree. I love that. I love these little, I don't know what they're called. I think you told me the names. No, I think, who was it that told me the names of those? You know, when you have like phrases like that, there's a name for that. It was a very fancy word. But I like when people say, like what you just said, using the reins can slow a horse down or make it go faster. It depends how it's used. And you know what? Sometimes we let ourselves get used and we don't catch it. We don't catch ourselves being used, and we need to stand firm. And like me, I am standing firm that I want to educate myself. I want to learn. I want to learn a little bit more. I've been looking into, Tim, when I go back while I'm studying, I do medical delivery, but you have to do a certain program. You have to go to certain classes. I'm actually looking on that. You know what I mean? I'm looking towards that and seeing if the VA covers that. I'm already licensed to carry. I already have a hunting, like I can carry. I'm actually going for my a silencer in Florida, my silencer certification. So I can, again, I want to keep succeeding in things just to keep myself mentally always moving, like everything rolling, and help others. I find peace in helping others. Now, if others fail, it's not because they didn't try to succeed, because I didn't try to help. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to help everybody. I'm not going to be everybody's fucking savior. I'm saying for those that really need the help and you know them, I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, is there anything I can help you with? I can't hand carry you, but I can try to help you. And that is what I find peaceful and satisfactory, like a big satisfaction for me. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm really going to do it and I'm going to make it happen. I told Maria, if you want to go to school, you should try to go to school. I try to tell, I mean, I talked to her son. Her son wants to be a chef. And let me tell you something. He has got skills. Her son at a young age has a lot of imagination. Like he comes up with things and then he asks me when I'm cooking, and I said, bro, I don't even know how I learned this shit. I know my mother was poor as shit. We were poor as shit, and this is how I did it. And then I tweaked it with this. Back in the day, we used to get government cheese for free, and we had to make ends meet with bread and how you did this and what you did that, and how you used that cheese. And they used to be this, because Tim knows, they used to be this can of pork they used to give you that used to look like shit when you opened it, but then when you cleaned it up with hot water and you got the meat and you diced, bro, there was things, and I gave him so many ideas, and I love seeing his eyes just open up to the possibilities of learning something new. It's something that he loves to do. And again, I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to end up with 14 degrees or just certifications. I don't know. But I can tell you something, that everything that I'm going to go for, I'm going to earn. It's not sitting here worrying about what the next person's fucking doing, you know? And I've always said this before, you know? those that are on equal level of you will always try to help you up. Those that are beneath you always try to drag you down. So why would you bother listening to people that are beneath you? You know, a lot of these people are only as important as they make themselves. Think about that. They're always intertwining with each other. The mentally fucked are always intertwining with each other. They egg each other on, they feed each other goulash, and then all of a sudden, they're the experts, they're happy, you are miserable, and you don't have everything that they have because that's what you want. I'm telling you, once you start opening your eyes to things and saying, yo, what the fuck have I been doing? You start realizing shit, man. And you know what? To those out there that are out there making examples of these cucks, hey, all the power to you. Keep up doing the good job. Dude, I'm going to send my time. And again, people spend their time wisely. There's professionals that go after these cucks and they work a full-time job. They just find the time. Me, I'm not built. We're not built from the same cloth. You know, I'm a total. I'm a total 0 to 1 million. Excuse me, 0 to 1 million. I don't. I'd rather not socialize like that. You know, I'm like Tim. I'd rather say hello, how you doing? Stay an hour. I'm telling you, Tim. No matter what she tries to say on social media, uh, I'm always in the little corner. I let her mingle. They're always talking their language. She's stuffing her face. And you know what? All the power to her. If that's the only thing I got to worry about is her stuffing her face, let her fucking eat. Let her have fun. I'll stay a little in my little corner and I'll stay as long. And then when I'm bored, I'll be like, yo, we got to go. I'm getting bored. You know, I don't want to be here. This place is getting, they're all starting to drink, having a good time. And I don't want to, people see, the thing is that people think that I drink every fucking day. I don't drink like that. I just don't like to put myself in situations where, uh, it's to me, drinking's a habit. It's not. And you know what? If people want to say, "Well, it's because you're an addict," yeah. I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. 100%. 100%. If you saw the definition of what the fucking alcoholism or an addict is, it's anybody that does it more than once on a schedule. Which means if in 1 week you did it 3 times, you're an alcoholic. You're doing it every week for one or two, not even one. I think it says 2 or 3 times a week. You're an alcoholic. So me, yeah, but it's not. I'm not like that. And I'm not denying it. I drink, but when I do fucking YouTube and I do all fucking social media, everybody's like, "Damn, this motherfucker drinking every day." No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I don't like it because I only do it for fucking habit. You know what I mean? I only do it because of a habit. Like people open up a fucking pack of cigarettes and they're smoking, all these health gurus that are on their fucking vitamins on their shelves and they're fucking eating their fucking little ginseng shit in the mornings and they're all out there fucking preaching, puffing on fucking smoke. Why do you? Oh, because cigarettes are addicting. And other people say, no, it's just a habit. I need something, I got so used to it, I quit. But then same thing with me. That's how I grew up, drinking with the guys, hanging out, always having a drink in my hand. It went from water to soda to freaking alcohol, and it's just a common fucking habit. Do I need it? No. So as long as I keep myself not around it, if I want to drink, I'll drink at home. You know. But if I go out, everybody's like, Nico, you want some Red Hot, some San Miguel? I'm like, nah, no, thank you. But after being told like 3 or 4 times, I either can do two things. I can walk away, say I'm going to leave and insult them, not insult them, but, make them feel, oh, did I say something wrong? Why is he leaving? Or just, have a couple of drinks. And me, it doesn't kill me. I'm fucking healthy, man. I'm not fucking dying. I don't have cirrhosis of the fucking liver. I don't have diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol. When I go into the doctors and they do a fucking full sweep of shit, when I got here, Biggie saw my fucking blood work. I'm fucking good, man. I mean, I'm a little heavy. Like I always say, I'm a little heavy, but it's nothing to fucking. The only person that cares are the people that are now fucking crackheads at fucking 72. They're fucking skinny as shit. They're almost dying. And all of a sudden they want to be fucking extras and tell you, oh, you're obese. You're going to die. Those are the people that you stay away from. Just do you and enjoy yourself. Trust me. And Tim, thank you. I love that. Always hang with the Eagles because you know who comes pecking. Let me tell you something. It's funny that you said that because I saw a video the other day. It says the only bird that will ever have the balls to attack a powerful fucking eagle is a crow. And the reason they attack the eagle is because they pester it, right? Hoping they can let their guard down so they can eat what they have. Okay? Listen to what I just said. A crow is the only bird that has balls enough to peck at an eagle. And Tim says, always hang with eagles. That is exactly what we are the fucking eagles. And the ones that are doing the pecking, hopefully they can have fucking handouts of the fucking crows and the bottom feeders. And guess who those are? It's the same people in the same each other's chats, promoting each other, helping each other, making themselves each look important. Those are the fucking bottom feeding, the eagle pecking crows. And that's why talking today on the show, I just said, fuck that. It's on, man, like Donkey Kong, man. And thank you. Even if you miss, you will be among the stars. I love that. I love that. If you shoot high, you already are halfway there because you're up there, man. You're up there. And again, this is not just shit talk, man. I'm serious. Where am I going to go with this? How far? I don't know. But I can tell you, it's definitely educating time because, again, I've been thinking about I've been inquiring. There's a lot of jobs that I get offered. Going back to the U.S., in fucking, what is it, August, September? It's like, do you want to do a medical driver? Do you want to drive for a hospital? Do you want to do transport for medical patients? They make fucking really good money. Now, the people that make really good money are the people that do medical transports, the one that transports the blood, the urines, and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Now, I have been offered twice in two different, in Miami, and I have been offered a job in Tampa. I don't want the job, but because it's a permanent job, and I don't know if I want to work 60, 80 hours a week. Driving for myself and using my own vehicle for medical, I work a shift and I pick the shift, and that's how it is. You can work permanently, but you can work off of off an not application, off a website, and they give you shifts. It's like freaking, it's like Amazon. You get a shift. This is what you do for the day, and this is, you have a lot of time. And the good thing about medical is you deliver it on time, and you're always on a schedule, which I like. I like proficiency like that. Is TSA. I can do armed TSA over in Miami. I can do armed TSA over in Tampa, but it is a permanent job. I don't think I can do permanent job because it takes a lot of my time. I want to be able to make money, make work and make some money, and and do little things and then travel. And I like to travel. I'm not going to stop traveling until my doctor says, "Bro, you're medically fucked. You can't even fly. You're gonna have to take personal transport. Like you're gonna have to fucking take a boat, man. You can't fly them with something. You got to tell me something, bro. Hey, you're gonna die in a week if you don't. Okay, well, I'm not going. But for now, that's my goal. And again, after I get off of here, I got to make a few phone calls. And again, Biggie will listen to this video later, and he'll send me the name of the place. And my goal is to start the wheels turning. And again, thank you, Tim, Biggie, Don C, Maria. Again, a lot of you guys play a role in it. And you know what? And thank you for all these old cucks, all these fucking bottom feeders, all these fucking lonely people. They help you remember where not to be. This is what you don't want to be when you come to the Philippines or any fucking country. So I want to say thank you. You guys take care. God bless. Tim, thank you so much for the motivational words, because to those that matter, it's very impacting. Maria, again, thank you. Y'all, thank you. Don't forget, if you're going to talk about me, make sure it's juicy, make sure it's good. And guys, when you do hear it and it is juicy, just keep it Just keep it to yourselves because it doesn't. It's not going to change anything on my side. You got go go Bobo sister. I might actually hire Gogo Bobo's sister. I think Gogo Bobo's sister said if I ever need any help with secrecy, like I would say electrical secrecy. Let's just say that I can probably hire somebody that he knows to come to my house and do that for me. But we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch, guys. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll ask permission about the birthday. I'll ask permission about the engagement. I don't like to really fuck around with people's privacy. I like to have fun, but I really do keep people's lives privately. And I'll try to come on as best I can. I like to enjoy myself. Somebody said something yesterday in the chat. I owe nobody a fucking explanation. I don't have to tell you where I'm going. I don't have to write and tell you uh, where I'm going to be, who I'm going to be with. And none of you motherfuckers pay my bill. I don't owe any of you cucks nothing. You can watch where I'm at and enjoy it or hate it, whatever you want. But yeah, go Bobo sister. I'd rather do something professionally because my moms and my kids have been asking me for it, and maybe you can give me some advice. Maybe I can do something myself. Believe it or not, I like to challenge myself. There's a lot of YouTube and there's a lot of patience that go into it. Maybe I can slowly do things. You know what I mean? Say, hey, Nico, this is what I would do. I can send you videos and pictures of my house on the outside and inside. And then again, you give me ideas, or you can be like, nah, don't bother with that shit. Do that shit professionally. And again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But at least I threw it out there, and you'll hear more of it in the future. Um, and thank you again, all of you guys. Thank you. Take care. God bless, and thank you for sharing your time. And I'll catch you guys hopefully till the weekend. And if you do, it'll probably be short. It'll be like real quick because I like guys. I'm having fucking fun. I'm having shitty times too. I'm not going to tell you that I don't have my shitty times, but I can't control everything. Peace.